Hi everybody, thank you for joining me for Cooking with Carolina. It is Friday afternoon and we have some hopefully exciting things to be making here in my home kitchen. I'm Carolina, I work at the Oak Bluffs Public Library, and I would like to thank the Library Friends of Oak Bluffs for sponsoring this program. As always, think about making a donation to them, please, so we can continue exciting programming like this. So what I plan to make today is I'm going to start with a traditional Moroccan tomato and cucumber salad. So basically today, I'm not that hungry. I had a tick bite earlier this week, and so I had to take doxycycline, which makes you feel super funky, and it's been an off week. So I'm a little low energy, don't feel like eating much. Guacamole sounded good, and a salad sounded good. So let us get underway. I had these little bitty cucumbers that I need to use up, so I thought a Moroccan salad would be just the thing. So I'm going to slice off the ends, just a little bit. And then I will probably, I'll quarter them. I'm not going to make much. I might use a few more of these. Maybe 4 or 5. Of the teeny cucumbers. I always like these little cucumbers. I think they're very tasty and they're very crunchy. Let's see, bowl of choice. We'll use this. You could probably step it up and go double time here. Double your productivity. Maybe I'll do 2 more. Now in this salad, the ratio of tomato to cucumber is almost equal. All right, that seems like plenty. Now, I am going to put some red onion. Not a ton, we'll actually save that little bit for the rest, the other recipe that we're gonna do. In fact, this might be a little too much. This can be sort of to taste. If you like a lot of onion, put a lot. And this we're just going to chop. You want the pieces to be fairly small, but you don't need to mince. And I do use red onion for this. That's the type of onion flavor you want for this particular salad. And let's see if our tomatoes are worthy. I think it'll do. So just cut out where the stem was, just a little bit around it. And then depending on your knife, if you have a nice sharp knife, ooh, I did just sharpen these. And so this cuts really nicely through my tomato. If your tomato is not as sharp, it's better to cut it with like this, with the other side up. Now, you can take out the innards if you want and all the seeds, and often they do. But I will probably just leave mine in. So here again, you're doing some diced tomato. And it's true, you don't want to have it be too wet. It's kind of a drier salad. Now this is a nice big tomato. This one I'll do the other way, just for kicks. Keep you guessing. All right, so now we have a nice bunch here of tomato and cucumber and red onion. And now we'll add just a touch of cumin, a sprinkling, which might be about half a teaspoon, I would say. And some salt. Not too much, maybe again half a teaspoon. I'll grab a spurtle for mixing. Dun, dun, dun. Ah, see, that's so nice. Some nice color and delicious. And we can put this to the side. And now we'll clear our cutting board. Now all you've done is cut veggies on it, so you don't really need to give it a huge wash and go through all that. Now, I've decided I want to do a taste test. I love taste tests. So I'm going to make 2 different types of guacamole. Now I made a guacamole the other day that I thought was really, really tasty. And I'll make that one first. So that one does have some red onion. So if you don't like onion, you might like the other one better, because I'm not going to put onion in that one. And I tell you, red onions just last forever. I have been working off this same red onion for weeks. Literally. They last a really long time. Now for the guacamole, I do like to chop it pretty finely. I don't want chunks of onion. So we will pretty much mince this up. So in one of my past careers, I worked in a Mexican restaurant in Carborough, North Carolina, called Carburitos. Shout out to Carburitos. And it had the best food. It was so good. Well, it still is. It still has really good food. And of course, they had very good guacamole. I've had quite a bit of experience making guacamole, although this is not their recipe. I will say that. At least I don't think it is. Unless I'm unintentionally channeling it. Alright, so for this, we will use this bowl. And so we have about, I would say, 1/3 of a cup of red onion minced. Now you want to take some cilantro and kind of get out the bigger stems. You don't have to be too crazy about it, but do your best. A little damp from rinsing, so it's sticky. Alright, and this you also want to mince up. righty. Put that in our bowl. And now, for this batch, I'm going to use some pickled jalapeno peppers. I like it a little spicy. Let me grab something to procure them. So this you can of course do to taste. If you don't want it super spicy, go light on the jalapenos. If you like a little kick, go heavy. I'm going medium. I don't like it too spicy, but I like a little kick. A little flavor. And again, I'm pretty much mincing here. Now, for our star of the show, some avocados. So I have two different sets of avocados, basically. I have a nice ripe one that's nice and perfectly squishy, but not too squishy. Then I have this one that's a little hard, but it'll have to do. Because that's what Kronig's had. Now you can remove the pit like that, but I have actually seen someone cut their hand that way, so it's risky. Now I just take this. You can use a spoon to scoop it out. I just squish it out because it's kind of satisfying. I have a little leftover avocado. Then why not? Throw it in there. Perfect. Waste not, want not. All right, so for that one I put in 1.5 avocados, basically. Now I'm going to rinse my hands. No, when I'm working with avocados, I honestly don't rinse my hands that much. I will rub the avocado into my skin to keep it supple. So now we'll put just maybe a 1/4 teaspoon of salt. Little pepper, you can put more if you like. And then what I use for squishing is my potato masher, which I love this thing. It's really versatile for a lot of different activities in the kitchen. And it squishes it all up real nice. And it's very satisfying too. I think about this point we all kind of want to smash things. Guacamole therapy. Okay, so that is guacamole number 1 with the red onion and the pickled jalapenos. Now, guacamole number 2. We are going to use a real jalapeno, and what I actually do with this is just stick it in a pan and do a little roasting. And in the meantime, we can prepare everything else. Now, we will use cilantro again. Now when the jalapeno is cooking, you can kind of hear it pop a little as the skin expands. All right. Cilantro. I'm undecided about whether to put in a tomato or not. I don't know. I have the tomato salad, so maybe I'll save the tomato for something else. Okay, so our jalapeno is rolling around in the pan, getting just a little, woo! Did you hear that snap? Pop, pop. Pop, pop. I don't know why I'm taking off the sticker. It's not like you need to. You're not using the skin. Now, this guy definitely just ripe. Not super squishy. But we can still squish it out. There is one. Check on our jalapeno. It's going. I'm starting to smell it now too. Hi, Abdelila. You missed me making some Moroccan salad first thing. Hopefully I did a good job. Oh, see, this one just is not, it'll be ripe enough, but it's just there. All right. Now, let's see how our jalapeno is. Smoking. Woohoo! Popping. Popping and smoking. Smoking and popping. Good enough. It could go longer. And of course, ideally, you would like to do this over like a grill. A wood grill. Ideally. And if you do like grilling, oh, this just got to me. Whew. Just cutting it, boy, it's like an onion. There's actually a cooking show, another cooking show from another island library that is live tonight at 6:30 on the Edgartown Library Facebook page, they are doing some grilling. Men Who Grill, I believe it's called. I keep thinking about doing a grilling show, so maybe next week I'll take it outside. No tagine. I did salad. And now I'm making guacamole, which is Mexican. And so I'm using just half of the jalapeno and definitely chopping that up pretty fine. I do take out most of the seeds, just because it can be a little dicey if you leave the seeds in. Maybe too hot to handle. Okay, so we'll put that in. And now a little salt. And you know I have my Malden sea salt here. Big fan. Maybe one day they'll sponsor me and I'll get free Malden sea salt. And I think for this, and maybe for the other, we'll see. I'll have it ready. Just a splash of lime. And then if you drink beer and you like beer, which I don't, you can use the lime for your beer too. So this squishing takes a little more effort because it was not as ripe. I probably should have done the opposite bowl action, but so it goes. Oh, you know what? I totally forgot one thing. That I usually do put in both. I'll get it in a second. Take that, you stupid ticks! Guacamole therapy. Okay, let me go grab it. It is garlic. I like to put a lot of healthy things in the guacamole because that way you don't feel so guilty eating a bunch of chips and avocado. Alright, so cut your little hard end off your garlic. And slice it in half. If you like, you can remove that little root. I'm just gonna leave it tonight. I'm feeling lazy. And then put them, line them up. You cut them in half lengthwise, and then set to chopping. And the garlic you will definitely be mincing. Lots of mincing tonight. Alright, nice and thoroughly chopped. So now I'll put half of that in one and half in the other. This guy. Now we'll mix that in. You can really tell the difference in the consistency of the two different guacamoles because of how ripe this avocado was. So now we have our 2 avocado guacamoles, and it's time for the taste test. So this one is the one with the pickled jalapenos and the red onion. It's very good. Definitely delicious. A little kick, but not too much. We'll clear our palate with a little of the cucumber salad. That's very nice, very fresh. Maybe a touch more cumin. Now this is our guacamole with the roasted jalapeno and no onion. Also very good, but much more mundane. I think I might need one more taste test with this one. It's got a little spiciness to it, but definitely much plainer than the one with the pickled jalapenos and the red onion. So if you like flavor, I would go with that one. If you like a more mellow guacamole, go with the other. And so, that's it for tonight. I hope you enjoyed the show, and hope to see you next week.